I just want to bring up a couple of things, really. You talk about specific incidents. The first is the Jackie Walker and her film and the talk about the slave trade and Jews involved with that. Well, that is exactly what the man on the train was abusing that young Jewish family saying. That is this trickle down of anti-Semitism.
She's been expelled from the party.
Yeah, she's been expelled, but how long did it take to expel her? This was she's the vice chairman.
But what else can they do but expel her?
But it shouldn't even be a question. And then the other thing...
Well, it isn't. They've expelled her. What more could they do?
James, I'll give you another one because I'm a big fan. But you've actually had this gentleman on your show recently, which is Ken Loach, who, when asked about the Holocaust, says history's there to be discussed. I mean, this is the Holocaust. This man is front and centre of the Labour campaign. He was at the launch.
I think he said that after he was in the studio, but that's not Jeremy Corbyn.
But the point is that this man is embraced by Jeremy Corbyn. He shouldn't be. He's saying the Holocaust history is there to be discussed. This is which you take as a potential Holocaust denial. I think you'd be perfectly entitled not to as well. So in the examples of Jeremy Corbyn being explicitly anti-Semitic, we've got a woman who's been expelled from the Labour Party and a film director. What about things he has said or done himself? Jeremy, look, it's already been discussed about the wreath and the mural and all that, but
that's anti-Israel.
I actually, what, the mural?
No, the wreath.
The wreath, what? The Jews were killed. And this as well is an interesting thing to talk about. These are still Jews that are killed. We don't know that what their politics are. I mean, I'm talking about Jewish life in this country, which is what you asked, how it would be affected.
Yes.
And we saw a video on social media of a young Jewish family being verbally assaulted on a train. We saw that in Britain recently. And
you think that's Jeremy Corbyn's fault?
I think it's the fault of Jeremy Corbyn, yes, because I think he's allowed people with those views within his inner circle, and there's just been zero tolerance.
And
I just want to say one more thing.
When the Finsbury Park Mosque got attacked, which British politician would you blame for that?
I would blame the rise of the far right. I think what's important to understand is the Jewish community is not sitting here crying out for a Tory government. The Jewish community is crying out for help. We don't, that's what it comes down to. I don't.
And what would I'm going to be a little late for the news on this because I'm fascinated in your answer to this question. What would help look like?
I think help would be an understanding. I always give the example when Sadiq Khan was first elected as Mayor of London.
Yes.
The community, incorrectly, in my opinion, was wary. The FaceTime he has put in with my community, and he's there, he listens, and he has made it his business to understand the community. Jeremy Corbyn has done none of that.
And which Jewish politicians do you think have led the line on tackling anti-Islamic prejudice?
Which Jewish politicians? I think that Luciana Berge has been fantastic. I think that do you know what? There should be more being done. You're right. You said the last caller about why the last caller spoke about should the Chief Rabbi have talked about anti-Islam sentiment? Yes, he should have. This is a horrible election for my community. It's
horrible. It's horrible for lots of us, but it's particularly horrible for you. I see that completely.
Staunch Remainer, really proud Jew.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do?
And there is the question with which we will conclude this conversation.